Thank you oh so very much for tuning back to the channel. My hashtag we must unite from Melia and Ohana. Your Uncle Dwayne Sosa back with you. And today we're going to be taking a look at the results of a survey, which are quite concerning to me at the very least. The name of the article we're going to take a look at is this guy right here is pushing Americans to want more government involvement in their lives. And this was based off a survey done um, between September 2019 and April 2020. Okay, but the results are very concerning because whenever you see this these words here, Americans to want more government involvement in their lives, and in this case, due to this guy right here, then you know that the plandemic is working. Okay, so we're gonna read through this article. It's not gonna be very long, and then I'm gonna explain further what I mean and further explain further my concerns about the results of this survey. So you can find this at studyfinds.org. Again, this article will be linked in the description box down south. It's written by Chris Mellor. Dateline Baltimore. As millions of Americans deal with coronavirus infections, millions more struggle through the pandemic's economic impact. A survey taken during the height of the health crisis finds COVID-19 may have pushed more people to want government to play bigger roles in their lives. Researchers in Maryland say the number of people wanting sweeping changes in government policy skyrocketed as the virus spread. A team from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health and the Johns Hopkins University SNF Agora Institute say support for an active government role in society jumped over 40% between September 2019 and April 2020. The World Health Organization declared this dude right here a global pandemic in March. Of course, I substituted this for plandemic. While some policies are still not very popular, a majority of respondents have gotten behind creating more government safety nets for healthcare, unemployment, and income. Nearly 1,500 adults were polled in mid-April regarding 11 government policies, including paid sick leave, universal health insurance, income support, business tax credits, and employment education. The poll, conducted using NORC's AmeriSpeak panel, reveals overwhelming support for reform from those wanting a more active government. Among respondents saying the government should play a stronger part in American life, 88% want 2 weeks paid sick leave. That's fair. Who doesn't want sick leave, right? Paid sick leave. 4 in 5 supported an increase in minimum wage. The whole increase in minimum wage has been an issue for the last several years now, but more so now because of this dude right here, the plandemic. And 73% favored universal health insurance. Will short-term fixes become permanent policies? Researchers note that some of these safety nets went into effect this spring amid growing this dude right here cases and statewide lockdowns. Initially, the family's first, this dude right here, Response Act, launched days after the plandemic declaration to assist the 22 million Americans filing for unemployment. This dude right here, Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, is also offering tax credits to support worker retention until January 2021. Unfortunately, parts or all of these measures have expired, leaving families in limbo as the federal government continues to disagree on the next step in relief aid. Critical safety net policies passed in the initial phase of the pandemic are expiring or have expired, and finding common ground on extending them has proved difficult, says lead author Colleen L. Barry in a university release. An awareness on the part of policymakers of heightened support for the government aiding individuals and families who have experienced pandemic-related dislocations could make a difference. America's this dude right here related policy choices. Overall, 7 of the 11 policies in the survey received strong support from Americans in April. More than three-quarters, 77% of adults, supported 2 weeks of employer-guaranteed sick leave during the spring. 6 in 10 respondents got behind the idea of universal health insurance. Nearly the same amount also embraced increasing the federal minimum wage. Other policies, including extending unemployment benefits, 52%, tax credits for businesses, 66%, employment education and training programs, 68%, and public spending on construction projects, 71%, all gained more support than they had in 2019. Some policies, however, are still not going over well, despite the pandemic's impact. Single-payer health insurance, 47%, government-funded sick leave, 39%, government-funded family leave, 48%, and universal basic income, 39%, are still unpopular with a majority of the country. As Congress debates continued relief for Americans suffering health and economic consequences from the pandemic, our data shows there is growing support for passing the kind of policies that they have been unable to pass in the last few months, concludes co-author Harry Hahn of the SNF Agora Institute at Johns Hopkins University. Findings appear online in the American Journal of Public Health. Let's take a look at that real quick. Potential impact. Oh, no. No. Do closures, no, no, no. Well, it doesn't seem to link directly to the results, so can't show you the actual results. Sorry about that. But let's review the article, yeah? So, according to this survey, again done between September 2019 and April 2020, it seems as though people want more government, and that's natural, yeah? In the case of a pandemic, this pandemic going on, because people are hurting right now, yeah? People are hurting, so they need help from the government. See, that's the concern. That's the concern. And that's part of the pandemic. Remember, this all began in October 2019 with the Event 201 in New York, sponsored by the World Economic Forum, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the World Health Organization, where they ran a simulation of what if a virus originating in a wet market in China was to spread throughout the world, what would we do about it? And just so happened, what happens 2 months later in Wuhan, China, we get the whole COVID-19 action going on. Yeah? So, very coincidental that Event 201 would happen 2 months before it broke out. It actual virus actually broke out in Wuhan. And then, for those of you who've seen my Operation Lockstep video, supposedly about 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago, and this was found on the Rockefeller Foundation website by the president of Ghana. They planned all this over 10 years ago in Operation Lockstep. So, What concerns me is that, yeah, more people are wanting more government involvement in their lives. And that is the concern because they want the public to be more reliant on the government. They want the public to be more reliant on the government. That's all part of this plan. See here, 88% want 2 weeks paid sick leave. 4 and 5 supported an increase in minimum wage, and 73% favored universal health insurance. All of this have been issues in the country, in the United States, for the last several years now, especially this one, the minimum wage. But again, if people can't support themselves and they got to rely on the government more and more, then that doesn't bode well for us, because if they rely more and more on the government, then they're more likely to do whatever the government commands or obey whatever orders the government hands out. For example, the visa nations, right? Operation Warp Speed is going on, and they're saying they could have the first batches of visa nations out by June, and they want every American to take the visa action. But it's just stuff like that. If people are going to be more reliant on the government, they're more likely to follow the orders of the government, and that's a bad thing. Because when's the last time you trusted government, right? I mean, personally, I don't, and that's why this is a concern to me. And we should keep an eye on this trend and see if they do another survey and see if the numbers go up even more, because more and more people, like here, especially here in Hawaii, more and more businesses are going to disappear. They're disappearing now. Okay, so those people who lose their businesses and their livelihood, are they going to be? They're more likely to have to rely on government because their businesses are gone. And if they have to rely on government, guess what? Those people are probably most likely going to follow the orders and the narrative pushed, the agenda, the propaganda pushed by the government. And that is my concern. So now, again, this survey was almost 1,500 adults. So that's not a very big percentage, but still, the fact that the numbers have gone up is kind of a concern. So let's keep an eye on this as the days go on, and if I see any more reports of the trends going up, I'll let you know back here on hashtag We Must Unite and backup channel hashtag We Still Must Unite. Which I want to remind you all, if you haven't subscribed to my backup channel hashtag We Still Must Unite, you want to do that as soon as possible, because who knows when's the next time YouTube admin gives me a community guideline strike on the main channel, and the main channel goes bye-bye. So please, if you like my content and you want to see more of it and you want to see me survive, I strongly recommend you check out hashtag We Still Must Unite and subscribe to that channel. Okay, so there you go. That's what I got for you for now. My hashtag We Must Unite, Familia and Mohana. As always, till next video, stay safe, stay vigilant, peace, and aloha.